Linda's Pantry. So today I'm going to bring you along for a delicious and easy recipe for salmon burgers. These came out so good, and we love to make extra so we can have them for our lunches the next day. You can crumble them over a salad, or you can put them between lettuce and have a lettuce wrap burger. There's tons of ways you can have these. So if this inspires you to stay with me, I hope somewhere along the way you give me a thumbs up for the video, and you'll go over and check out the links that I've got in the description box from my Wild Tree website, where you can shop for all organic, natural products, or you can go over and sign up for free with Zaycon Foods and get notified when they have an event in your area to save you a lot of money. And then, last but not least, go check out my Facebook page and join in on the conversation. Post pictures over there, recipes that you've done, and share new ideas. All right, guys, so let's go make this fantastic salmon. Okay, so this really couldn't be easier. I do this a bunch of different ways, but this is one version that we absolutely love. My husband has been asking for it since the last time I made it, and so I'm making a double batch. Usually I use 1 can of salmon. So this is wild caught salmon I get from Trader Joe's. This is 2 cans of salmon that I've drained off the liquid, and your dogs or your kitties would love that, so don't leave them out of the mix. I've got the zest of 1 lemon here, and we're going to juice that lemon in there as well. This is going to make this a little bit brighter, and we're not wasting that lemon either. I've got diced up here on my board, I have 1 shallot, I've got about 3 cloves of garlic that's fresh from my neighbor. I just am so excited, it's so good. I've got some baby peppers, a big serrano pepper that I halfway seeded, and a grated carrot. All these vegetables, when you finally chop them, they're going to give this some moisture, because you don't want a dry salmon patty at all. I have 3 eggs for my girls, and my girls lay on the small side, so that's okay. Some fresh chives out of the garden and fresh parsley. And this time of the year, at the end of your season, your parsley gets a little tougher, so you want to make sure that you chop it up real fine. We're going to go ahead with some salt, not much, because the salmon has salt in it, and some cracked black pepper. I love the cracked pepper in here. I've also got some cheese. I always add a little bit of cheese, and some crackers. And you can use whatever cracker you like. I grew up with saltine crackers, and that's what my mother used in meatloaf and any dish that we needed that in. So I've got some Tango Spice Aromas Burning. This is a great, great seasoning. And I'm probably going to add about a teaspoon to that mix there. Maybe a good healthy ½ cup of grated cheese of your choice. And then I'm going to go ahead, because I'm going to mix this and make these into patties. I'm going to go ahead and get gloves on, because I don't need that on underneath my nails. And really, it's just a chop and drop kind of thing. We get rid of it. And the shallots and garlic and peppers, these sweet peppers are so good. And then we got a little spicy pepper, and I tasted this one, and it was about 4 inches long for a serrano that's kind of big, and it has some kick on it. So I'm excited. That's why I only used 1 to the 2 cans. And like I said, you can change this any way you want. I'm going to go ahead and put my 3 eggs in. And if you had large eggs, just use 2. If you had, or if you don't care if you have eggs in there, it helps bind it. And then I'm going to start with a 1/3 of a sleeve of saltines. I know there's some that like Ritz crackers. That would be good. And add a little buttery flavor. But like I said, I grew up with saltines. Saltines and butter are like my favorite snack. Okay, so I've got a ½ a sleeve of the crackers now. And so I just go ahead and pop my egg yolks, get this mixed up, and kind of get a feel for what I'm going to let you know that I've added one more egg, and so that's 4 small eggs. I also added about half a healthy teaspoon of red pepper flakes and another half teaspoon of Roma's Burning. And we're just going to make this into patties. And this is really the consistency you want. You want to be able to form a patty of some sort, or a croquette, some people call them, that's going to stick together and brown. And I make these a couple of different ways, but that's kind of a nice size, about a 3-ounce patty. You can weigh these out, you know, roll them into balls and weigh them out if you were watching what you're doing, but I can kind of gauge at this point in my diet plan how much that is. So if I didn't have enough egg mixture in here or moisture in here binding, they wouldn't stay together. They just flake apart. So let me tell you, my husband loves these with a side salad for dinner. Okay, so I'm going to finish making these patties. This should make, normally a regular can makes about 6 patties, you know, nice size patties. And so I'm expecting to get 10. So now that we're at the stove, I'm going to grab my slotted fish spatula that I use and get some of these patties in. And I was pretty right on. It made 10 of these. And you want your oil. I've got garlic infused grapeseed oil from Wild Tree. So it's got a pretty high smoke temp of 419 degrees. You could do them in olive oil, but you have to keep your temperature down. So if you're ever interested in Wild Tree, you can go over to my website. I've left that link in the description box below with some other links you might be interested in. My Facebook page. Come say hi. Mail me a card and say hi. I love that. All right, so I'm going to do these 4 at a time. So 4, 4, and 2. Get them nice and crispy brown. And now realize that you've got, the salmon is cooked, but the egg and the vegetables are raw. And I don't mind if the vegetables stay a tender crisp, but that egg needs to cook through. So we're going to not cook these on much more than a medium heat. So I would say about 300, maybe 325 if you were going to use the thermometer. So I'll bring you back when I turn them over. And you want to leave them alone until you know they're brown on that side so they don't fall apart. Right, so I've got all these browned, both sides, cooked through. They came out fantastic. And I've got part of one right here that I ate part of it with our dinner. And you can see the inside is still moist and delicious. And you've got that crispy brown crust on it. So good. It's so good. And you can add or take away any ingredient that you want as long as you have a binder in there. And if you wanted to, and I've got a recipe for this on how to do this a little bit less fat so you wouldn't be frying them. I've got a baked version of this that is excellent as well. And like I said, a couple different variations of Greek, and this one's kind of a all-American, but there you are. So good. So guys, I hope this inspires you to come back next time. If you're not a subscriber, I hope you hit subscribe and get notified whenever I upload a video. It might be a delicious recipe, it might be something quick and easy like this was, or it could be a garden update, or even one of my critter updates. All right, guys, I can't wait to see you again.